No, no change at all. I think during this crisis, which is another subject altogether, is it doesn't affect music. It affects the business of music, but it doesn't affect the music. So, during the last Great Depression in the 20s and the 30s, music was hugely successful. The jazz bands, the big swing bands, people like to dance and not be worried about things like that. So no, music won't affect at all. Not at all. Only emotionally, I'm very happy to see these parasites get their just desserts. Unfortunately, the governments are doing the wrong thing by supporting them, because it will only happen again. Well, it's very nice when anyone says you're the favourite band. I think it's very nice, especially princes and presidents and priests and kings and prime ministers and that sort of thing. It's very nice. Yeah. Probably not politically, because they've got the same program. I mean, okay, so Putin is now prime minister, but effectively it's the same thing. I think they're working as a team, and if you want my opinion, I think many other countries would like to have such effective leaders. Whether you agree with the policies or not, they are effective. I got married in Georgia, in Tbilisi. Listen, I grew up in the United Kingdom. I've been watching the Troubles in Northern Ireland with people of the same religion, Christians, Catholics and Protestants, blowing the bejesus out of each other for a whole generation. So the answer you want cannot be contained in small words, in a small sentence, in a small paragraph, because it's the pulse of humanity, and that's what it is. Darwin was a very clever man, and he said that we had to adapt to evolve. There was also a theory about survival of the fittest. And he was half right, because it's not about survival. Humanity is about supremacy. That's what it's about. The domination of other people with your ideas, your religion, your politics, or your brutality. And that's the nature of humanity. So it surprises me not at all. I feel for both sides, as I felt for both sides in Ireland. And I certainly don't want to make any provocative comments, because this goes back a long way. And I think as far as America and the United Kingdom is concerned, they should shut their mouths as well, because they're coming from a very bad position with regard to the atrocities that they've committed in foreign lands. Sorry, that was a long answer. Well, I mean, it's a paradox, isn't it? Because the longer you live, the closer you come to death. And yet the longer you live, the more experience you get. And so you are able to philosophize about those things. We're conditioned to behave irresponsibly when we're young and more responsibly when we're older. And I think it's a very exciting thing. But then I've always had a positive outlook. So I'm very lucky to be working with some fantastic musicians who have been, who I've grown up with, spent my lifetime with mostly. Yeah, I still have a lot of energy, and I do a lot of exercise, not just for I hate going to the gym because I don't like the music and I don't like the smell. But I like to walk on the beach, I like to walk in the hills, and I like to swim. And I've always got something to do, so I'm very active at home. My mind is active, still working okay, I think, and I do a lot of writing, and I'm interested in many things, so it's good, yeah, it's good. I don't feel as if I'm slowing down much. A bit, because I don't, mind you, I never liked running anyway. Always in love? Well, yes, of course. I think that's amazing. I think there's human beings are stupid. I think the civilizations have changed over the years, and sometimes bad ideas catch on. So the principle of monogamy is a good thing, to spend a life and raise children with one person. But that doesn't mean to say you can love only one person. I can love lots of things and lots of people and in different ways. I have nothing to add really, unless you want to specifically go there. I mean, I could talk all night, but I don't think we have time for that. It's great being back in Russia again. It's one of the few countries where I feel as if I'm actually in a different country, in an exciting travel. You go from St. Petersburg right across to Siberia, and you feel as if you're still on a journey. The rest of the world has become very homogenous, and one country is much like another. So it's good to be here.